Hey guys, Pinchel here, and we're live. We're back and we're live. So, for today's live stream, late night, as always. Hold on here. I'm just trying to read something here. Gotta get back on the feed here. Hopefully you guys are gonna be watching. There we go. So got you here. So we're gonna be bleeding the entire, pretty much the clutch and the brake system on this car, because I pulled the ABS pump, but I made sure I capped off the pump before. So I'm hoping right now, crossing my fingers, that I'll be able to bleed the entire system without any hiccups for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm gonna drive the car if bleeding tonight is successful. It's very, very important that we make sure everything is bled properly and correctly before this goes on its first drive, after pretty much months and months of building this car. Because once I drive it, I'm gonna wash this bay up. We actually got a plate that I made for this, for the ignition coil, because we're gonna be using the MSD ignition setup that I made for this car. So this whole setup here is actually gonna go away very soon. We have a new tune for the car as well, so we're gonna be making a custom intake. More than likely I'm gonna be going over and down this way, kind of clean up, make sure everything's nice and tidy on the sides, and make all that go away. We're also I figured out how to do the VR6 coolant ball delete. You guys can see, we know how long we have a coolant ball. We have a cool custom hose here that we got. I figured out a special hose that we can use, so we can figure that out as well. Develop something that's more tidy and clean, because one last thing is this hose down here has to be mocked up a little bit better. The shift pendulum is actually hitting it just a tiny bit, which I'm not fond of, so I gotta figure out how to go down with it, have it swoop down and under and out of the way so nothing gets touched and hurt. But yeah, we did it. We already did a cooling ball delete on this car and it works perfect. It's just appearances is not what I like. The way it looks is not the way I want it, so I will be modifying a couple little things here and there, but not very much. Not many changes are going to happen to the setup. So if you guys are into 12 valve VR6s and a Mark IV and want to clean up your engine bay a ton, this kit will be coming out very, very soon for you guys. So back to bleeding brakes. Brakes. One thing about bleeding, geez, I can't talk tonight. Bleeding brakes and clutch is, it's better done with two people. But since I'm by myself right now, until my wife gets the baby asleep, I'm kind of riding solo for the moment. It's not a big deal. But this is the valve that we need to worry about when we're bleeding our system here. This is the slave cylinder down here. And this slave cylinder has a little valve that we have to open, and it's the bleeding valve. Now, I'm actually in luck. You guys are here with me live, so we can actually do this together, which is actually really cool, because since I have my phone with my camera live, I can actually be pressing on the clutch as I go and watch the bubbles on the video as they come out, and pay attention to the pressure that's coming in and out. So it's really cool that you can do it this way. So if you guys actually have a camera that you can monitor through your phone and do a live view with your phone, that is a way that you guys can do it by yourself. By when you're pumping the brake and the clutch and bleeding, you can actually visually see it with your phone while it's happening. So I did that a couple times by myself, and it's worked very, very well. So I'll be right back with the hose that I need and the tool. People be texting me late at night, man. I'm not gonna answer. No, I don't want to watch Gordon Ramsay right now. All right, so let's see here. So we use a pretty much it's a Duralast wrench that has two sizes, a 7/16 and a 3/8. I believe it's a 3/8 for our cars. Take the little bleeder cap off. No, it's the 7/16. Yep, 7/16. And then we have these little rubber hose. I use vacuum line to do this, and a water bottle, and a lot of brake fluid, guys. A lot, especially since it's been a while since this car has ever been actually bled correctly. So you're going to need to use a lot of brake fluid. Now, if you don't want any damage to your paint, don't let the brake fluid drain, overfill, or touch anything that has paint on it, because it is extremely corrosive to paint, and it will eat your paint pretty much overnight if you let it do it. Just so you know. So we open up the brake fluid reservoir here, just like that. If you have a rag, get a rag and put it around the reservoir. I put it around the reservoir for just safekeeping. That way you just don't spill fluid all over the place. And do it like this. Make like a little like blanket around it. I use .4 brake fluid for all of this, just so you guys know. I gotta grab a funnel. If you guys are unsure of what brake fluid to use, well, it's simple. Read the cap. It tells you exactly what fluid it uses, which is .4 on this car. There we go. Well, we got a comment. Let's see what's going on. Would you recommend a filler neck for... What would you recommend that filler neck for an MK4 R32? I don't know, but I mean, it should be the same size for an R32, but I'm not 100% sure. Hi, this is Sunky from South Africa. I'm having trouble with unscrewing 3 bolts in my one. What would take the cylinder head out? Word of advice, please. Which 3 bolts? That's a little bit very, very, very vague. Samaki. A little bit more information, please. So you guys got to pay attention when pouring brake fluid in your system. It likes to fill up very quick and then go down very slow. So it's hard to tell if it's full or not. And that's why you have to pour it and have that rag around it. If not, you will overfill it super quick. It looks like we're almost full here. Yep, there we are. We are to the top. Alright, Tamaki, give me a little bit more information about the 3 bolts, please. So next step here is to open up the bleeder valve for the slave cylinder here. So on this car, you turn it to the right. So lefty loosey, righty tighty. Come on. God, this thing's stuck on here. That sucker's not coming off. There we go. Whew. Oh, I hate that noise. Alright, so the valve is now open. So now what we're going to do is we're going to press on the clutch and we're going to pretty much bleed it now. I don't understand what you mean, Samaki. You gotta give me way more information than that. So I'm going to bring my phone with me. And as I press on the clutch, I'm going to watch the fluid go in. I'm going to get you guys all super close too. So give me a second here, so you guys can see what I mean. Alright, so here's when I'm going to watch the fluid from my phone and then press into it on the clutch. There will be a delay for me. Now after we do a couple pumps, we're going to add more fluid because the reservoir is going to go down. And as I'm seeing right now, this stuff is super dark. You guys can see that. It's really, really dark clutch fluid. That's on its way out. Because I don't even know the last time when this fluid was changed. So this is actually the perfect time to do that service. All right. Here we go again. Couple more pumps. See how we're doing on here. Not bad, not bad. So now I'm going to add some more fluid. Because definitely watching it go down in here, but a lot of it's not coming out, so I'm kind of concerned here. Definitely the fluid level is not going down very quick, which is a lot of concern for me. So I'm going to open the valve a little bit more. I'm thinking maybe it's just not open enough, but I could be very wrong. We'll see right now. We'll give it another couple more pumps and see how it looks. What I'm looking for is bubbles of any sort as it pumps. That's very important when you guys are bleeding the clutch, is looking for any type of bubble that's going to come out of the system. So yeah, I did fill up some more. I do see more fluid in the system. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close the valve. Gotta turn it by hand first. And what I'm going to do is I have the clutch right now set to the bottom. And what I want to do is close it and then pump it while it's closed to see if I actually can build pressure. And yes, we have hydraulic pressure in the system right now. Not bad. It's a little on the soft side, so we're going to open the valve up again and see if we can get it a little bit on the snug side, because I can put down the clutch with no effort with my hands, but I can definitely feel pressure, so that's a good thing that we have. What's up, Goran? Hey, question, a knock sensor replacement job on 1.0, an easy project? Yes, it's super easy. It's underneath the intake manifold. It's just, you need tiny hands. It's in a tight spot, but it's not that hard. So now I'm going to try it again, give it a couple pumps, and then close the valve again. valve isn't closed, it's still open. I mean, the valve isn't open, it's still closed for some reason. That should do it. Alright, watching the video, no bubbles. I'm super happy with that. So for Gorin, they sit underneath the manifold, one right next to the oil pressure sensor, and then one is left to that, about 10 inches to the left, identical in the same location, just immediately to the left of it. They're round. Again, you need kind of small hands and a good extension with a wobble head, and you can get to them. They're just underneath the manifold. They're just in a really tight spot. All right, so now I'm going to close the valve again. Now I'm going to test for hydraulic pressure. A lot harder than before, so that's good. So clutch is bled, so which is really good. Get you guys back up here. Now we got to work on our brakes. We have to do pretty much the exact same process but for brakes. It's a little bit more on the difficult, actually easier side, I would say, for brakes. We gotta fill this reservoir again. Yeah, we definitely bled a lot of fluid. There we go. No, still a little bit more. There we go. That's it. It's full again. So the next step here is to pull that that brake line, well, not the brake line, but the fluid line without spilling any fluid on your car. Because again, any brake fluid that touches your car will not immediately, but will eventually eat up the paint and cause it to pretty much thin it out, and it'll make it fall off. So grab yourself a clean or a good rag. And what you want to do, get yourself situated underneath the rag here. And kind of cover it and yank it out all together as you cover it. That way you don't spill any fluid at the same time. And then go dump your fluid in your oil container. So now we're going to bleed some brakes. Let me read some of your comments and then we'll go to that next step. Okay, So for Samiki, the head cylinders, the bolt. Okay, so so Samiki, the 3 that you have, you probably stripped them. So the next step is to get the factory tool to remove them. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to take them off anymore. You're going to need to get the factory T37. It's a special Torx. It's not exactly it's the same size of a T37, but it's not a T37. It's a special Torx size that is meant for the head. So you are going to have to do some research, buddy, and find the tool online. Unfortunately, since you managed to strip 3 out of the 10, unfortunately that will happen, and then you're going to have to get the tool. I use that method with the Allen wrenches to remove head bolts only when I don't have the tool available with me. Once I have the tool, that's what I use. So hopefully that helps. So now we're going to go on to brake bleeding. It's a very similar procedure, but you have to do it in a very different method. You have pretty much 4 calipers, and you have to go from the furthest away from the master cylinder. So if we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, we have to do rear passenger, rear driver, front passenger, and then front driver, in that order to bleed your brake system. So we're going to get to doing that right now. So let's go. Put you guys all sideways like again. Thanks, Ivan. All right, so we're gonna come over here. It's gonna be a little dark for a moment. Give me a second. All right, so next step here is we gotta do the rear brake. So I gotta take off the wheels off of this really quick. Give me just a second. A little dark for the moment. These aren't really on tight, so move my phone out of the way. Don't want to just smash it on my phone. Big wheels. 9.5 wide. I was trying to find 10s, but 9's fine. 9.5 is fine. Alright, let's get you up and close and personal here, guys. Oh, excuse me. All right, so same scenario. Right, Shane? I agree. You know you're getting old. Let me go get my my tool really quick. All right, so in this scenario, we have to get you guys all up in this space right here. Hopefully that helps. If it doesn't, I will figure it out in just a moment. Oh, there's that one piece I missed. Oof. How do I get over here? Leave it right there. I'll get you guys adjusted properly really quick, but I just need a good spot for this. I spent a total of I think $2 for my my brake bleeding kit. Okay, so this one, I need to put it somewhere over here so I can see it nicely. I need to make sure it doesn't fall though. Falling is bad. So, crack this guy open. Okay, so let's see if I can get some better light here. Yeah, we need something like that. Let me get a box over here. Hold on, guys. Yeah, the cardboard box right here. Yeah, that'll do it. All right. That looks perfect. Now I just need you guys. There we go. Oh man, hopefully that's a good view. Oh yeah, that looks good for me. Yeah, that looks perfect. See, I've MK4 1.8. Anyone familiar with having the car shut off while driving? Fuel levels of quarter tank or lower. Only issue I'd never solved. Yes, Kurt Miles. This is actually a super common problem with Mark IVs. When you're about a quarter tank and the car turns off, and it'll just turn on while you're driving, as long as you're in gear. What happens with Mark IVs is that the pump itself, when the tank gets down to a quarter tank, it cannot pick up fuel. Usually this happens to one of two reasons. The pump itself is failing, number one, or the pump itself is, got out of alignment. Inside the tank, there's a little spot in the center of the tank, right in the middle of the tank, where it lines in to keep it straight with the sending unit. Usually what happens is that it hitting a really good set of bumps locks it loose, and it just won't pick up fuel correctly. And oh, one more thing, actually this is the third one. A lot of debris. If you have a lot of debris clogging the little screen that picks up the fuel, that'll cause it too as well. Especially when you hit quarter tank, all that debris decides to accumulate down the middle of the tank, and it won't pretty much properly suck up fuel. until you move it around or get it to gradually build up fuel pressure, and it'll run off again. I fix this by replacing the fuel pump, cleaning the tank, or just taking out the tank, the sending unit, and cleaning it out, and then putting it back in. Look inside the fuel tank with the flashlight and see if you see any debris at the bottom of the tank, and try to scoop it out with something. It's pretty common. A lot of people use fuel additives in these cars. It causes this problem too. Never use fuel additives. I'm not a fan of them. Alright, I'm gonna go pump the brakes. Be right back. Alright, Shane, have a good one. Is it bleeding? I can't see from the video. I see more. Yeah, it's bleeding. It's a little bit harder than normal. It shouldn't be this hard to bleed it. Alright, going back. Hopefully this works better. Already killed half a bottle of brake fluid. Let's see how's it looking over here. It's not much coming out. Interesting. That's very interesting. Why am I not getting fluid out of this? Getting very, very little fluid. And it's really dark. And this is... oh crap. Ah, messy, messy, messy. Let's see if that helps. Open up the valve a little bit more, but it's leaking. I'm seeing it right here already. Fluid wants to come out of it, but I'm not seeing fluid coming out of the actual bottle here. So the ABS pump has to be opened up, and I don't have VCDS. Ugh. That's what the issue is. Ay. Didn't think about that. So, just discovered an issue that I did not think about. I'm going to show you guys this because I didn't think about this when I was doing this. I totally forgot I don't have brake pads on the car. I mean rotors on the car. So I have to pop these open again because what's happening, the piston's coming all the way out and it's not supposed to. So we gotta, that's why I'm not getting any pressure coming out of the back caliper because all the pressure's coming to these guys right here. So 100% my fault. Gonna have to open this valve as well. That's the problem. Yeah, that's actually a good idea, is to add a new fuel pump gasket. That's what actually keeps that the pump in alignment, is the gasket actually. So this is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to pull the rotor off, I mean the caliper off, and see if I can get it to go back in. I'm hoping that the calipers are not completely effed. I'll figure it out right now. Let's see. I'm going to remove the guide pins, pop off the main caliper, and then squeeze it from there. Yeah, that's what's going to have to happen. You live and learn. Totally forgot I needed rotors in here. So, well. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my Allen wrench kit here really quick. So right here, let's see, no, bigger, is it Torx? Yes, Torx. Ay, ay, ay. I keep forgetting these stupid things. Germans. Yeah, it does. Too small. That's why I'm not really that angry. It just happens. And on a positive note, I'm only keeping these calipers on here for a little while. We are going big brakes on this car, so it's not that big of a deal. I just need to be able to get them. I just got to be able to get the car roadworthy. Right? I agree, Kevin. 100%, man. Okay, so this pad has to come out. And then I get my C-clamp. Right here. Let's see if I can compress this. My clamp's not big enough for this. I might have to remove the caliper completely and then press it in with the press, and then get it back on there. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna have to happen. It's a 10 mil that holds this. Not a big deal. So let's get this container here. That way any fluid that we spills indoors. Yeah, the bleed valve's open. It's just the piston went too far. What? 10? Not a 10? Better not be an 11. It's a stupid 11. I've never used an 11. This is like the first time I've ever used one, I think. Alright, there's that. I'm going to pull this line off. Yeah, the bleeder valve is open. It's just the piston went out just a bit too far. I have to set it back in alignment and push it back in. Hopefully the O-ring that holds the piston did not pop out. That's my fear. If it did, that means I have to get a whole new caliper no matter what. Because you can't, I mean, you can rebuild it, but I don't think it'd be worth it. There we go. So what I think is wrong right here in this picture, you guys can see this with me. So here's the piston. Actually, let's go inside. Let's go inside. You guys can have a better view with me. So here we go. So here's the piston right here. Now the brake piston is not loose. Yes, it is. So it did come out of its home here. That's why it won't go back in. So what we have to do is I'm hoping the O-ring isn't jacked yet. If not, I gotta go get calipers tomorrow. Good thing we have some extra funds. So this is what came out. For me rushing, this is not supposed to come out. I don't see any damage to the O-ring, so I think this is serviceable. Find out in just a moment. Look at my phone really quick. So we're going to see if we can wiggle this back in. So got to make sure it's dried off. Any residue will damage the O-ring and will not allow the piston to go back in. Come on, get all that fluid back in there. Don't need you bothering me. So I gotta focus on that O-ring. That O-ring here is what I can't damage. I just need a break for a couple days, that's it. Actually until the end of the month. Actually I need breaks until the end of the month, and then we'll get our big breaks. But yeah, we gotta get this sucker in there. It's not being nice. Come on. There we go. There we go. Come on, buddy. All the way down. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Let me get my C-clamp really quick. There we go. Nice and slow, slow and steady wins the race. Nice and slow, slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, buddy. Alright, now to push back the protective bushing or rubber film here. Flathead screwdriver for that one. Alright, Let's see if we can get this bush, rubber boot going back in. Come on, I almost got you in here. This is a pain. There we go. Beautiful. So hopefully this will hold just for the time being. So we got a caliper again, not too shabby. I mean, since I'm here, I might as well grease these suckers up super quick. It looks like they've been dry for over a century, these guide. I don't think they've ever been lubed. Man. Horrible. They're dry as all hell. Good thing I pulled them out. The other one's probably just as bad. This right now. I found my NECs. Well, he's a little bit of grease for right now. Nothing crazy. This is not the right way of doing it, but I gotta do this for right now. I gotta find the NECs tomorrow. I just need this for right now. Not the best way of doing this. But if you got it, you got it. I don't know where my bottle of NECs is at. Typically it's like at arm's reach because I use that stuff religiously. And one bottle lasts pretty much a lifetime. Alright, back to the car. that. Put the brake pads back in, and then put something in between them so the piston doesn't come back out. So I need something that'll fill that gap so this doesn't happen again. Two by four, but I need to make it smaller. This might work. Oh. Wheel bearing? Maybe. Wheel bearing. Seems about the right width. Just gotta take off the top. There you go. That'll hold it. Yep, that'll work. That'll hold. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. All right. This side's set. I gotta do the same thing on the other side, so I don't have a repeat scenario. Because that bearing will press in against this, and that's all I needed to do, is to squeeze that so I don't have it come back all the way out. Come back over here. And this one didn't come out all the way yet. It was pretty close though. You might be able to salvage it without taking it apart. Let's see here. Okay, good. Okay, so there's that. I might be able to get a socket right in there and prevent it from coming out. Old ratchet. Yeah, that works perfect. There you go. Got an old ratchet in there. It worked. Now we're back on track. Oh man, what a good time. Let's see here. Gotta get my brake fluid back. Alright. Let's see here. Let's get you guys back all the way over yonder. Okay. Should work now. It's compressing correctly. Should be getting a good fluid level. Try this again. Pump it again. Let's see how this turns out. Man, so much better. I can actually feel it's so much better now. I can feel the pedal getting smoother and smoother. And you can see all the fluid that we're pumping out of it. This is the wrong color fluid, by the way, guys. It's supposed to be white or clear. So yeah, that's a lot of brake fluid we're pumping out of it. That's not bueno. It looks like we actually had a clog somewhere in the system, because it's hard to push down, like really, really hard. And I have this valve open up pretty wide open, so I mean it's dripping on the bottom, so I know that the valve isn't like closed partially, but it's open all the way, and there's still a lot of fluid in there. So we're probably going to go until here, and then we're going to drain it and fill it again and get some more of that fluid out of that nasty, nasty fluid out of here. Getting pretty full. Oh yeah, that's a lot of fluid. So we're going to drain that and get some more in there. here. Gotta drain it. Gross. All right, I'm back. A lot of fluid in there that was pretty old. So for Izzy, so your question, Izzy, if you want to diagnose your Mark IV 12 valve with VCDS, something more accurate. No, there isn't another way of doing it more accurately besides VCDS. If you had a newer car like a Mark VI or newer, then you can use OBD11, which is a lot cheaper technology to diagnosing cars. But for these older Mark IVs, that's what you got, man. If you want to do it right, that's for sure. VCDS, 100% best option, man. Alright, I think that line is good. That fluid looks really clean now. It's mixed in with the other stuff, so it's going to look green. So it's time to close that line. Where is it? Where's my tool? This is finally done. Oh shit. Ah, thank God it fell on the drain. Yeah, see, now all the fluid is nice and clear coming out of it. It's gonna have that green tone because of the older fluid that was in here already. I can't do anything about that since it's mixed. So another cable, if you actually go to Rostec on their website, they actually have an option for a cheaper like eBay cable that you can use with their VCDS program. It's on their it's actually on their website. I don't know the model, but there is a cheaper cable. I think there's like a $20 or $30 cable you can buy. But it doesn't allow you to reprogram certain things to use like certain VINs. If you want to use a VIN number, like you pay for a VIN control, you're not going to be able to get that kind of functionality, but you'll get still the good functionality out of it. Alright, see, this is why I keep a pen underneath all this stuff. So this line is bled pretty thoroughly. Happy about that because that means it's not going to have any performance issues down the road. A little bit of splashing, but nothing serious. Alright, we're off to the next rotor. Now we're going to the driver's side rear axle or rear caliper. Late night working on cars. I love working on cars. My medicine for stress. Working on cars. Working on cars. Not even cars I own. There's a bleeder valve right there. You like a heavy fog right now outside. Pretty cool. Alright, same process as before. Gotta get that brake line bled. Now remember guys, it was nice and clear on the other one. What am I going to get out of this one? Ooh, not anything good at all. Time to add more fluid. Yeah, look at that. That's super dark. That's not good at all. Going. Keeping it going, guys. Slow process. Old school way of bleeding brakes. this looks. Ugh. So dark, not so good. That color, you can tell, it's just, you can't even, no light will even shine through it. That's insane. It's insane, the difference in the from one line to the other. Oh man, this is what keep going. Alright, keep going. Keep going. It's only 10:53 in California. Alright, time to dump this bottle of fluid and then do it again. That's a lot of brake fluid. So bad, so dirty. Oh wow, there's a lot of debris in it. Alright, let's see how this one turns out now. That's more fluid, and then continue pumping. Yeah, 2 lines and a clutch killed a 1 quart bottle and a half a quart bottle. So that's insane how much fluid we've gone through already. Nice. Oh, it's a beautiful color. Look, you can see right through it. That's so good. So good. All right, time to close this line out. And now go to the front passenger side. This is beautiful, beautiful clean fluid. That's what we're looking for. Alright. Next stop, passenger side. Doot doot. We're back, my old friend. We're back at it again. Come on, guys, I didn't forget you. Let's go. There we go. So we're back to this guy. Oh, it pushed out the piston. Look at that. It's working. Throw out the bearings holding the caliper in place. So this one's gonna have a lot of air in it because we gotta put air back in the system. We took a lot of it out. So what's gonna happen, you can even see right here there's air coming out of it right now. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, here we go. Fluid looks really good, and I'm not seeing a lot of bubbles, so I'm pretty happy with that. Open up the next 32-ounce container. Okay. Here we go. I don't see any bubbles. I'm pretty content with that. It's actually looking really good. Did not see a single bit of bubbles coming out of my camera. Hopefully you guys are watching that, but that fluid looks great. I'm gonna do just a final purge really quick, and then that's it. I just want to confirm that everything's out. Add some more fluid, and we're golden for that side. Next will be the driver's side, and we're done. We'll see. Woo. That looks really good. That's actually the appropriate color. That's actually the color of the fluid that's going into the reservoir. So I know now that we're getting all the fluid out that's old in this car and all the new stuff going in. So big happy thumbs up there. Gonna pump it about 5 more times and I'm done. I didn't get any bubbles in the video, so I am very content. that looks really good. Oh yeah, we're almost there, guys. One more wheel, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go pick up some inexpensive rotors, pads for the front and rear. The rear rotors are probably gonna be fine. I'm not gonna care for those. After that, we're gonna go drive the car tomorrow. So if you guys are excited, tomorrow I'm gonna get everything situated so we can get the car roadworthy, and we're gonna drive it around the block for 10 miles tomorrow. So you guys got to get excited, because this is pretty dope. This car is gonna finally be on the road after the previous owner didn't drive the car for almost 2+ years because it broke. He had actually let it sit in the driveway or in his lawn for years, and God knows how long before that he didn't actually take care of it. So this is his first time. It's maiden voyage in years this car has actually been on a road. So I'm super excited for this upcoming live stream tomorrow, guys. So be excited for that. So we're gonna make our way over here to the last side. And it's the brake pad's held by a ratchet. That guy ready to go. You can see there's already air coming out of that one. You can see little bubbles coming out. That's not good. Alright. Let's bleed them. This one I can see. That is dark. Alright. But it's not bubbling, so I'm happy about that. It's a 12 valve. Alright. Add some more fluid, drain this, and see how clear it looks. Should be good after this. Nice audio. That'd be dope. 6-speed 12 valve. That'd be nice. All right. Beautiful color. That's good brake fluid. All right. I am very happy with that end result there. That's blood. Oh man, all of them done. Finally. Clutch, all 4 brakes, all bled nicely. So tomorrow, I'm gonna go wake up super early, get some pads and some rotors for this car. Just for the front rotors, and pads and rotors, and pads all around, and get cheap stuff just because I don't need anything, just need it to stop. This is just for the break-in period. So whew, we're done. We are done. Oh man, thank you for you guys who actually stayed tuned and kept me company as I worked. But there's our 12 valve VR6 build, shaved bay. We still have a lot of a lot of work to do, but next time you guys see this engine like done, we're gonna have the MSD ignition system put in. We're gonna have the coolant ball delete set up much more cleaner than this. We're gonna have all the wiring pretty much tucked away and clean, way cleaner than this. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. It's gonna be a lot cleaner than this, which you guys see here. I just put this in here just to get the car running. Over here, we're gonna tuck the wiring over here for this part of the harness. This all tucks over here on this side of the car, so we are not gonna have anything here. This right here, the power steering, we're gonna relocate it right underneath the car, out of the way. Since we no longer use the secondary radiator that comes in this car and the secondary water pump, it actually will fit properly underneath the car, like on the 1.8T setups that my delete kit will come in. So I will have that set up soon once I have this all taken care of and mocked up correctly. We're gonna design an intake that goes from here to here and stop. I don't want anything going this way at all. We're gonna relocate the battery to the trunk, which is another thing we're gonna do. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. right now, Audio Legend. So this is gonna go here, and once that's done, we're done with the engine bay. The whole car will be done, that part. And now we're gonna be working with our aesthetics. We got a Bora R front end. We got the Bora, the Votex rear. We got my skirts over there for the car as well. We're going to be using 9.5-inch wide wheels, square. We're going to give this car a meaty look once we're done with it. And then the interior, we already got GLI Recaros in here. We're going to go drop them off to get reupholstered. The car already has a full TN suspension with front and rear sway bars. Everything is upgraded with polyurethane bushings front and rear. We're going to be doing Porsche brakes front and rear as well in this car. We're going to do a dual caliper for the rear, and then a big brake Porsches up in front for this car. And interior wise, the headliner is already done. It's already been reupholstered. We're going to be redoing the whole entire interior as well. And once this car is done, if you guys are not Patreon members, you can't win it. This car is strictly for Patreon members. So once this car is 100% done, one of you guys lucky Patreon members will win the car. Plain and simple. You only get what brand of bumper? It's OptiWorks. I love OptiWorks bumpers. You just need a little bit of work to make them fit, but I got them to fit in under 30 minutes. They're so easy to work with. I finished the car. And it's like sprinkling.
The brakes too?
Yeah, I did everything.
See?
I literally just finished right now. I'm just explaining the breakdown of the car right now.
I thought you needed help.
I did, but you didn't wake up, so I've been working.
You didn't wake me up.
I know.
See?
So? You still didn't wake up.
I'm here, aren't I? I'm speaking to you.
You're loving me.
That means it must be I'm awake.
Maybe, or it's a dream. Ooh, and I fell asleep working on the car. I'm in Canada. You driving it over? Maybe. I don't know, man. Once the car is fully built and done, we're gonna do pretty much a full tour and show off the car that we built together as Patreon members, and pretty much give it away when it's done. There's no raffle or anything. It's just if you are an active Patreon member, you get one entry and that's it. So right now we have 39 Patreon members. So you have a 1 in 39 chance right now to win the car once it's done. And the more we get, obviously, the less chances you have of winning, but still, it literally costs nothing. So you just go to patreon.com and sign up a tier, and that's it. Plain and simple. All right, well, I'm done for the night. This was a long live stream. It's 2 hours long actually. I was able to actually fix everything in the car for brakes. So tomorrow we're gonna finish up adding pads and rotors, and then put some new oil, fresh oil in the car, and get the car back up and running again, and give it its first 10-mile victory lap and see how it turns out. And we're gonna do that all live, so stay tuned for that, guys. Peace out. Peace out, everyone. Have a wonderful night. I'm gonna get to work, so I got some more work in the garage to do, but I'm done out here tonight. So tomorrow is another long day to get this car on the road. Peace out, everyone. Have a wonderful night.